What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well today. It's not always that I get to cover 3 tracks that are absolute bangers. However, if you've been anywhere near the community in the last year, you 100% would have played the original Swedish Midsummer Carnage by Hell Machine. We've got a number 2. Very, very exciting stuff. This track is going to be releasing today, Wednesday, the 1st of November on MXB Mods, and created by, obviously, Hell Machine. And funny enough, I think this track only took him 11 days to create.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am.
I know he had the other track as a base, but it's completely changed direction and a whole bunch of new jumps added in as well. So we're going to completely remove, put textures and appearance stuff aside, because that looks incredible, even down to how detailed the damn mud is on the unicorn, for crying out loud.
Oh my god! Wow!
The little unicorn floaty. This track looks really, really fun, as to be expected by Hell Machine at this point. It looks like he's gone a little bit further than he did on the original Swedish Midsummer Carnage, with like objects and getting freestyle ramps dotted around here, there, and everywhere. Of course, it wouldn't be a Hell Machine track without the alien. That looked like something else between his legs then. Oh, I need to see. Hang on. Where is it? Over here. So last time, inside here, there was... He's got... No, surely not. No, the sex doll's gone.
I have blue balls.
Oh, I'm devastated. Please, let me fly around, see if she's chilling on the outskirts again. Never have I felt so made fun of in my entire life. This man... Oh, God. He knows what he was doing. I don't know if that's to everyone or if that's specifically to me, knowing that I would have a little fly around trying to find her. But fair play. If you had no idea and you haven't played the original Swedish Midsummer Carnage, there was a couple of sex dolls dotted around the map. One was hiding inside the roof of the little barn/house, and one was in the back corner of the map. So none of them this time, I'm afraid. So unfortunately, that is going to end my review of this track, because it just can't compete if there's no profanity anywhere. For all of you passionate gamers, you can now get 20% off all G Fuel products worldwide by using code LINS at checkout. And for any of you motorheads looking for some new drip or apparel, use code MXPR_LINS15, fxrracing.eu to get 15% off. All links and codes are in the description down below. Enjoy the video and drop a cheeky little like and subscribe. Now, who am I kidding? We was always going to play this. So, first of all, we rate the drip. This is going to be the setup that I'm running for the MX of Nations event on the 4th of November. I think it looks very litty, kitty, titty, witty, spitty, drippy. Thank you, 3270. And let's just get some laps going. So I'm actually still running the same KTM setup that I showed you the other day. And I tried it out in a little bit of Supercross last night. I was playing with old Charles, Mr. Rusper himself. And for whatever reason, this bike gets like... I'm guessing it's just because of the medium tyres that we've been talking about. This bike literally gets unlimited traction. And I have taken a good second or so off of every single Supercross track that I've played from the 2023 season. Like, I went to my qualifying lap times, and literally every single one is a second off. Although there is a little bit of an asterisk. Okay, we're not talking about the medical tent here. Above that, because I beat my lap time by a second plus when I get through the whoops. I'm struggling in the whoops, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of a testing session, I think, to mess about with some stuff. The only thing that I'm scared of is it feels really, really good everywhere else, but I think whoops are the most important part of it. So I'm scared to then change it and get through the whoops fine, and then risk everything else feeling bad. Like, the way it tracks through the corners is disgusting. I can go through a 180 bowl turn in 3rd gear wide open on a 450 without sliding at all. Very unrealistic, yes, but very fun to do at the same time. So I'm actually feeling so much more confident now than I was a couple of weeks ago on these OEM bikes. It's crazy how much a setup has changed things for me. Don't get me wrong, right at this moment in time, I still feel like this is only applying to the KTM, because although this is a little bit unfair, I did hop on the TM on those same Supercross tracks and tried messing around with the suspension on that, and I think, honestly, the TM might be the biggest bag of poo I've ever played in my life. It feels so horrible in the handling and the suspension, no matter what I do to it. I just can't get it to go well. So the LAN event's going to be quite fun, because for those of you that are unaware, the actual track that we're doing for the LAN event is a Supercross track, rather than an outdoors track that we have been playing. So it'll be very interesting to see what people can come up with for that race. I'm really intrigued to see how the bikes handle. I have this vision in my head of everybody getting to the whoops each lap and absolutely wadding themselves. If the track has whoops, to be fair, I have no idea if it will, because it's going to be a recreation of the real track that they're making, I guess, in like the car park or whatever at the event. So I have no idea what that track looks like. I think Stone Rider might be the only one that's got the plans for that. If there's any way of seeing that online, slide in my DMs, because I like getting that little unfair advantage here or that. If your viewing experience is cut up by memes today, then unfortunately, you do have Mr. Hell Machine to blame for this, as he specifically requested in the DMs that this video is completely littered with memes everywhere. So I'll try my very best to keep it on topic, keep it nice and funny, keep it witty here and there. So sometimes it's actually quite difficult to find the right meme. I never thought that'd be a problem that I'd have in my life, is trying to find the right meme to insert in a video. Go back to Linz from 2020 when he was just doing 12, 14 hour like days at the, not even in the office, from home on his laptop, because the company that he was working for did not have the best method of dealing with everyone through the COVID period. So it was a lot of extra work than was needed. If you say, oh, by the way, mate, in 3 years' time, your biggest issue is going to be trying to find the right meme to insert into your YouTube videos, I'd be like, what on earth are you on about, you absolute weirdo? So yeah, there's definitely worse problems to have, for sure. But yeah, you can blame him for this. He's the man in charge of how memey this video is going to become. On the bright side, it does pad the runtime a little bit. You know, if I had a little 3-4 seconds here and there in between a couple of sentences, it definitely does add up overall.
Quick maths.
I can't lie, boys. This actually might be better than the original one. It flows so nicely. I'm on the 450 in case it needed to be reiterated, and I am having to scrub some of the jumps, so I don't think 250 will struggle at all around this track. But they're just so floaty, like, oh, just tossing her side to side. You get your absolute steez on. I have a feeling that you can quad this, although I'm scared to go for it. You know what? No, that's what videos are for. Let's do it. Wait, what? Hang on. I'm like a magpie. I've just seen something shiny in the distance. What is this over here? Is this just a hang on. Oh, boys. But you know I love a turn. Oh, it's a lovely figure of 8. Oh, you love to see it. And it's a little bit bigger than the figure of 8 that we done the other day as well. So a lot easier for a complete newbie like myself. And is that... Oh, and we got a little circle pit as well. Oh, the man knows what I like. He really does. Although we could argue. We could try and roleplay a little bit and pretend that these three circle ruts here are actually from the aliens, you know, that have been invading all of the Hell Machine tracks. A little bit of lore, a little bit of backstory to the tracks. You're welcome, Hell Machine. Doing your job for you. What's going on? Right, a little bit sidetracked. Let's see if I can hit this quad then. I think third gear, get her cranked over in the corner. Yo, yeet. Tap the back brake.
Oh, that's greasy.
We can even brake and make the inside. These tyres, if you haven't used the medium tyres yet, just do it. They will change your life. And I don't know if it was intentional from the OEM team to make them like this, or if it's just maybe these specific ones didn't get tested enough, because I know a lot of people used to run mid-softs all the time anyway, so maybe these ones didn't get much love in the testing process. But these are ridiculous. Like, oh, I looked at the camera at the wrong time. It's all right. We're hitting the old K-dub transfers. These tyres are ridiculous. They're so much grip. It is unreal. To the point where I feel like they might actually be a little bit broken. You know, on those Supercross tracks, I'm hitting like quads into rhythm sections that I never would have dreamed of before on the old bikes. And I'm pretty certain the last like patch that we had before the ones we're riding now, I feel like the medium tyres were less grippy than the mid-softs, and now they feel like they're leagues above. So I'd actually be very curious to see their feedback on that, or if they plan on changing them at all at any point, because if these are kept like this up until Supercross time, then we are just going to be absolutely pinned everywhere. And I actually, whilst they're really fun because they make life a lot easier, you haven't got to worry about gently rolling on the throttle at all, I actually think it could lead to some not so fun racing, because everyone's just going to be pinned everywhere. There's going to be no like breathing room at all. The tracks are going to be raced at 100 miles an hour. So by all means, it's absolutely fine to run about and like have a good time and just pin it on tracks in testing. I'm actually a little nervous for the racing side of things. Like, it's going to be so quick, and my old man, my feeble brain, it can't keep up with the pace anymore. We've got all these kids snorting their G Fuel before all the races and getting pumped up, and I'm just here, just squinting my eyes at the screen because I'm so eepy sleepy. I'm so tired, and I can barely keep my eyes awake for the NA races. If I'm allowed to do NA races, that is. There was mention from Stone Rider 4 that it'll be region locked, so you can only do one series. And if it comes down to only being allowed to do either EU or NA, I generally don't know which one I would pick. I think I'm screwed either way, to be fair, because if I do EU, I've got to try and compete against Cam, who's like at the top of the game at the moment in terms of speed. If I don't do EU and I do NA, I've got to compete against people like Jackson and Casanova, which are also incredibly fast. So lose-lose situation for me, but yeah, either way, I would be quite happy just taking the top 3 throughout the season again. I feel like it's a nice, comfortable speed for me, and to be fair, I just have to show up to each and every round, and usually that leads in a guaranteed top 3 overall in the championship, which ends up being all right prize money. I've got no idea what the prize pool or anything's like this year. This is all to be announced still, but it should be exciting. You know, I wasn't excited for the Supercross season at all a couple of weeks ago because of how much I hated riding these bikes, but I feel like in a very short amount of time I have got fairly decent on them. So W's, we are moving in the right direction for sure. You know, one thing that I'm a big fan of on this track is how bright the skybox is, because that means when it comes to me making a thumbnail, I haven't got to do anything. A lot of my thumbnails you would probably see have exactly the same sky in them over and over, and that's not from the track creators, that is from yours truly in Photoshop, just slapping the same old bright sky texture in over and over again, because it's a very simple equation. Bright thumbnail equal more view. So caveman see fire, cavemen like fire. Basically as simple as that. So I usually try and make the thumbnails as bright as I can, which sometimes can be quite difficult to do when you realise that you're playing games that 99% of the time is brown with the track. So I feel like sky and like the greenery is the only thing that you can really adjust. So I do try my best to make them look nice and pretty and bright, even if it's probably against the track creators' best wishes because they wanted something that looks a little bit more realistic. But just from my perspective, it does a lot better when things are nice and bright and in your face. So guarantee it wasn't intentional from Helm Machine, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Can I triple from the inside? Boys, this track is if I'm gonna need to change my pants off this is so flowy, it's unreal. It's almost like it's a good track creator that tests his work properly over and over again and does it right, although I don't think I've ever seen Helm Machine in game. I have no idea of what his riding ability's like. I don't know if he gets other people to test the tracks for him, but whatever he's doing, he's got a special knack for it. And again, I know that he had like the base layout of this track, but I feel like 99% of it's been changed anyway. I'm pretty sure he made this entire thing in the space of 11 days. Because I got a message from him on the 17th of October saying, hey, I started work today on a Swedish Midsummer Carnage 2. Do you want to do a video on it when it's finished? He then sent me a link to it on the 28th, which is disgusting. That's the version that I'm playing now. The version that releases on MXB Mods today, unsure of the time, by the way. I just know that it's going to be today. It might be a little bit different. He might have made a couple of changes. Who knows? But either way, if it's this version, I'm still a very, very happy man. And God, this is going to be so much fun to do in public lobbies. We could just do a little Swedish Midsummer Carnage series, you know, do each track back to back. See who wins, see who's the Swedish champ. I think it'll be really, really good fun. Nice little jump there for some oppos if you're into that sort of thing. And I feel like I'm going to end up being a broken record if we just keep spinning laps and talking about how amazing it is. It's so fun, it's so flowy, and it's free. Which a lot of you guys are really big fans of. I go through periods of time where I will do videos on a bunch of free tracks and then videos on a bunch of paid tracks, and it just depends what releases at the time, you know? It's hard to spread things out evenly, so you can all sleep easy tonight knowing that your wallets or your bank accounts are not being infiltrated by MX Bikes, and what a track. I really do appreciate it. And I like Helm Machine as well, because he's always sliding in my DMs asking if I want to try things out for him, and he just seems like a really nice, down-to-earth guy. But then again, most of the Swedes are, aren't they? I don't think I've ever met a not pleasant to talk to Swede in my life. Although I feel like my interaction with them has been quite limited. I've had Smigdamp, JV, and Helm Machine. I think that's about it. So, very, very nice people. That'll do it from me. If you have enjoyed this video, as always, if I could just ask you to drop a like and maybe subscribe to the channel if you're new and like what you see, that'd be really appreciated. I hope you have a lovely day, most importantly, and definitely give the track a go and let me know how you feel about it. I'm going to love you and leave you. Catch you guys next time. Peace.